Hey there, island dreamers, locals, and anyone craving a slice of paradise. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time, to the Fun and Key West podcast, where the vibe is always laid back, the stories are salty, and the drinks, well, they're definitely frozen. I'm your host, Michelle O'Connor, your unofficial tour guide to the Conch Republic. Whether you're planning your first trip, your fifth trip, or you're just daydreaming about trading the cubicle for the ocean breeze, you are in the right place. Here's the deal. This podcast is your insider's guide to all things Key West. We're talking where to eat, hello, conch fritters and key lime pie, where to drink, spoiler alert, there will be rum, where to stay, and all the quirky, wonderful things that make Key West the one-of-a-kind paradise we all love. Plus, we'll keep you up to date on the latest happenings, festivals, events, maybe even the occasional Hemingway lookalike sighting. And just to keep things spicy, we'll be bringing on some amazing guests now and then, locals, business owners, and people who know the island like the back of their sandy hand. So grab your flip-flops, pour yourself a cold one, and let's escape to the island state of mind together, whether you're tuning in from your hammock or your commute, while wishing it was a hammock. We've got all the Key West goodness coming your way. Thanks for being here. It's going to be a lot of fun in Key West. Let's dive in. Hey there, lovebirds and adventure seekers. Michelle here with Fun in Key West, and today we're switching things up a little bit. Specifically, we're talking about wandering around Key West with your favorite person in tow. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Michelle, isn't Key West just one big party town? Listen, I get it. Between the roosters, the bar crawls, and the general pirate vibe, it might seem like Key West is all about the wild side. But here's the plot twist. This little slice of paradise is absolutely perfect for romantic Key West getaways. We're talking sunset sails, butterfly gardens, and yes, even meeting some fabulous flamingos named Brett and Scarlet. Today, I'm spilling all the secrets on the best couples activities in Key West, from candlelit dinners on private islands to tandem bike rides, if you are braver than I am. Plus, I've got insider tips on timing your trip, where to stay, and how to make every moment Instagram worthy without looking like you're trying too hard. Oh, and if you hear a dog barking in the background, that's just my grand dog, Mr. Coffee, saying hello to a passing friend. He's got impeccable timing and zero filter, kind of like me. I've linked all the juicy details in the show notes. Plus, don't forget to sign up for the Fun in Key West newsletter and join our book club for even more island romance inspiration. Because nothing says I love you like planning the perfect Key West escape. Am I right? So grab your partner, pour something tropical, and let's dive into why Key West might just be your next favorite couples destination. Hey guys. Happy Wandering Wednesday, but today it's more Wondering Wednesday. I'm Michelle with Fun in Key West. Welcome to our podcast, our live feed, and our YouTube channel. Wherever you are, you're going to be able to get the information that I share. And a lot of the information that I share can be found down in the comments and in the show notes and, all those places. But today, I get a lot of questions about, you know what, Michelle? I hear that Key West is a party town. It's a pirate town. It's got all this fun local things to do. You can go bar hopping and listen to all this live music. But can you go there and have a romantic getaway? Can you go explore it as a couple? Yes, 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 and yes. I think Key West is the absolute perfect place for a couple's retreat, a couple's getaway, a weekend, a honeymoon, all of that. So let's dive into some of the things that you're probably not thinking about that you could do as a couple, but are absolutely so much fun. So, you're going to have anything from sunset sails to exploring the butterfly gardens and hanging out with Rhett and Scarlet, meeting the quirky Hemingway cats, and you're going to find something that's going to spark romance and be so much fun along the way. And like I said, in the show notes, I'll link up to FunInKeyWest.com, and over there you can book a lot of these experiences at no extra cost to you. It just goes to support us so that we can continue to bring you more fun information, tips, and all kinds of things to do. But let's set the scene. Why Key West? Why would you go to Key West for a couple's getaway? It's Cozy Island. It has these Cozy Island vibes, magical sunset. That was one of the first things that attracted me to Key West is because every night you can go explore the the nightlife, but you can also go down to Nallery Square and celebrate sunset. Bring down a cocktail and sit there along the water's edge and just celebrate that there's a sunset, that you had a magical day, and here's to a wonderful evening. It just has that laid back charm and that vibe that we all fell in love with on that first visit. Ideal time to go? March through May, usually. Of course, you're going to avoid sometimes spring break, but that period of time, it's still nice and warm. It's not too hot. You're outside of the hurricane season. It's quieter, probably some lower pricing for hotels, so it can be a little more romantic. And if you are live watching us, be sure to stop in and say hi. Mary Elizabeth, hi, how are you doing? But you also have a lot of things that happen in spring from a culture perspective, from the culinary scene, and there's endless options that you can do. Another good time to come to Key West is right after Halloween Fantasy Fest and then right before Christmas. So you have that 6-ish weeks that you can come. And what that does is, except for sometimes Thanksgiving, just kind of look at that. That's usually a slow time. People are gearing up for their own holiday season, and the snowbirds haven't arrived yet. Let's look at some top romantic activities that couples can engage in. Think you head out on the water. You do sunset and you do some water adventures. First, as I mentioned before, sunset celebration at Nallery Square. You have the artists, you have the performers, you have snacks, and you have a breathtaking, beautiful view of the sunset, the world famous Key West sunset. You can just sit there along the water's edge. Here's a pro tip for you. So the Nallery Square celebration, everybody starts to set up about an hour-ish before sunset, and they stick around for about an hour-ish after sunset. But if you stick around a little bit longer after the sun dips below the horizon, that's when those amazing, beautiful colors come out. So if you're sitting there with your phone, your camera, whatever, or just want to take in the vibe of a Key West sunset, that's when those colors are going to be the most vibrant and most beautiful, is about 15-20 minutes after sunset. So stick around. Don't leave as everybody else leaves. Stick around. Just relax. Enjoy the time that you are there with your significant other. Another fun thing to do, go out and enjoy the sunset from the water. Great perspective. You can do a sunset sail. You can go out on Danger Charters and do their wine tasting one. Love that. Small group. And you're able to go out on the sailboat and enjoy the views that way. Another thing to do is maybe look at a sandbar excursion. So with Make It So Charters, you can go out and book a boat all to yourself, go out to a sandbar. Oh, you're probably the only ones out there. It is the most amazing experience that you will ever have because you're sitting out there on this sandbar, watching the sunset in this beautiful space. And it's absolutely just unreal. If you've never done it, do it. If you've done it, you know you're going to want to do it again and again and again. So I highly recommend Captain Howie over there at Make It So Charters. Tell him Fun in Key West sent you. Another thing is you can go out on a kayak or do a paddleboard tour. You can glide through the mangroves and you can do it by moonlight. You can do it during the day. And that's always fun. There's so many things to see as you're going through those tunnels of mangroves and so much to talk about. You come back, you're sitting there having your evening cocktail and your meal, and you can go, hey, did you see this? We should go do that. Something else to just kind of spark it up and give you something extra to talk about. If you and your significant other love history or literature, here's some things. Check out the Ernest Hemingway home. It gives you some insight into how Hemingway lived when he was in Key West. You get to meet the six-toed cats. They are the direct descendants of Snowball, that famous six-toed cat. but you can see where he wrote his books. You hear this, take the tour, because then you could hear the story all about the swimming pool and the penny. And it's an amazing thing to hear. You can also wander the grounds and check out how the house was set up and the beautiful way that they have those grounds laid out. You can also, if literary is your thing, you can head over to the Tennessee Williams exhibit, wander through there, and get your full fill of that. The Audubon House and Tropical Garden, this often gets overlooked, but it's a very quiet place to go explore, wander. It's lush, it's green, you've got that historic architecture. It's a great place just to sit for a while, check out the home. John Audubon did not live there. He stayed there while he was coming in and through Key West, but you can check out some of his paintings, to go through the gift shop. But I always find the gardens very relaxing and very soothing. Another place that you can go explore as a couple would be the Key West Butterfly and Nature Conservatory. It's going to be warm in there. I'm just going to tell you, it's going to be warm. But the butterflies are so cool. And as a couple, especially if you don't have a bunch of people in your group or little ones tagging along, you can take your time. You can sit on the bench. You can just watch the butterflies and just really take in the atmosphere of the conservatory. If you're lucky enough to be able to get a booking with being able to meet the resident flamingos, red and scarlet, do it. It's right around closing time is when that is. You need to go to their website to check out when they're available. It's limited to 6 people, but that is an amazing thing to have those flamingos come up and greet you and get to exchange some, not necessarily that they're going to talk to you, but you can talk to them. If you're looking for maybe just relaxing, get a bed and breakfast. If you're looking for recommendations, always happy to provide some. Get a bed and breakfast. Stay out there that has an amazing pool. Be sure to have that pool time. Be sure to have that. You get up in the morning and do your walk, or you get up and grab your Cuban coffee and you wander around and do some window shopping. But build in some time that you can just sit around the pool and relax, or head over to the beach and relax. You've got Higgs Beach. You got Fort Zachary Taylor State Park over there. You can go in. It's an in and out admission. So you pay once for the day and you can go in and out. So maybe you go over to Fort Zach. You do a little bit of snorkeling, resting and relaxing on the beach. The beach can be a bit rocky, so I always advise people to bring some of those water shoes because it could be a little rocky, but you can snorkel over there. You can pick up a picnic and bring that in, but then head back, change, and then go back over there for sunset. Beautiful sunset can be seen over there at Fort Zach. If you're looking for great places to eat and you're just celebrating something special, an anniversary, you're on your honeymoon, or just because it's Tuesday, head over to Latitudes at Sunset Key. It's candlelight beachside dinners on a private island. It's super romantic. Just taking the ferry over is an experience. There is a dress code and you're going to need to make reservations. So be sure to check out Latitudes if you're going to do that. Go on a tasting tour. Take one of the Key West food tours. Again, there's more information about that over at FunInKeyWest.com. But you can go on a cocktail tour. You can go on a Hemingway experience tour. You can also taste the flavors of Key West. Just a way to experience restaurants and food that you may on your own try. But it gives you the opportunity to try some new flavors, try some new restaurants. I tell you what, I found some of my favorite places by going on one of these food tours. But you can also do a key lime pie tour, and it's endless. But let me know if you're interested in any of that. Want to do some off the beaten path experiences as a couple? Rent a tandem bike. Now, I'm here to tell you, I am not a tandem bike girl. I barely survived being on my own bike. And I think being on a tandem bike, even though I adore my husband of 33 plus years together, I just don't think I can do a tandem bike. But if that is something that you guys can do, how fun would that be to go around the island on a tandem bike? Go check that out. Not your thing? Rent a separate bike and you guys go on a bike tour of your own. Go explore Old Town. Go into Midtown and explore the neighborhoods. Go out and do a full circle around the island. It's an amazing bike tour, and you get to see things that, since it's beyond probably walking distance, it'll be a lot more fun to go explore that way. Or maybe check out one of the local spas for a couples massage. We have some recommendations over on our website, but that could be a great way to rejuvenate and to get yourself into the spirit and the island vibe. There's also some hidden garden retreats. So you could, outside of the Audubon House, you also have the West Portello Gardens, and that's run by the Key West Garden Club. It's free to get in, but highly recommended that you give a donation to support their cause. But you can wander through there. Sometimes they hold weddings over there, but you can wander through and check out how everybody is growing their things, ask questions, especially if gardening is your vibe. Or if you both are into ghost tours, go over and do a ghost tour. There's many that we recommend. You can do a trolley tour. You can do a walking tour through Old Town and use ghost hunting equipment. You can head over to the East Martello and meet Robert the Doll and do that at night. So there's interesting things. Imagine those conversations that you can have about that. Some really fun things to do if you're looking for a little bit more adventure. Do a day trip over to the Dry Tortugas National Park. You can snorkel over there. You could explore Fort Jefferson. And it's got this, because it is a remote island, but it's really fun. The adventure is taking the ferry or the seaplane over. These do book up. And so that's on your bucket list. Make sure you book that before you come to Key West. You can check into the studios of Key West. They offer lots of events throughout the month. Be sure to check out our calendar of events on things that are happening, such as concerts, what the studios are hosting, if there's any plays being done in town. We try to note those on our calendar of events. As for those that you're looking for, maybe that extra special thing, I find that Key West offers the ability to just wander pretty safely. It's what's relatively a safe town. Now, my disclaimer on that is always be aware, always be cognizant of what's going on around you. And I'm not saying that nothing ever happens in Key West, but relatively, it's a safe town. And you can go explore some of the amazing places that serve cocktails such as the Roost or General Horseplay. Or you can also head down to Vino's on the southern end of Duval and sit out on the front porch and have an amazing glass of wine. Or to hit the little jazz club. They always have a great playlist going, great cocktails, and it's always a fun evening being spent there. So there's some really interesting places depending on what your interests are as to how you can spend the evening. There's also pop-up places and all kinds of interesting experiences around cocktails and food that you can do in Key West. Like I said earlier, some of the best times to visit are spring, March through May, except for right around spring break, usually lower crowds. You're going to have heavier crowds and probably higher hotel rates during Fantasy Fest, absolutely during Fantasy Fest. Pride occurs in June, and there's lots of events that occur around Pride in June. Of course, you have Hemingway Days at the end of July. And the town and the island go all out for the Christmas and New Year's holidays. So once November starts to come around, those palm trees get all decorated and there's lots of events that occur. There are amazing things to do in Key West as a couple. Sunset sails, going out on a sandbar, experiencing some amazing food, and going on some amazing experiences. Take a bike tour with Lloyd. Some amazing things to do that you probably don't get to do at home. And you want to make sure you take advantage of all of that. So when you're planning your next romantic escape to Key West, let me know. This is what we're thinking. Love to help you. So feel free to drop notes down in the comments if you're watching us on YouTube, or send me a DM and say, hey, Michelle, I need some new ideas. I want to impress my significant other or my spouse, and I want to say, give me some ideas. Happy to give you suggestions. But in the meantime, you will always find direct links down in our show notes and takes you over to FunInKeyWest.com because there is a lot of guides over there and you can explore. But while you're over there, if you both are into reading and love that Key West connection, check out our book club. We offer a Fun in Key West book club where every month we are reading a book that has some sort of connection to Key West or the Florida Keys. And so be sure to check that out. And you can always sign up for our newsletter that gets you in the know of what's happening in Key West and Fun in Key West and gets you access to our happy hour guide. As always, if you liked all of the information that I give, subscribe, share it, leave a review, let everybody know about it, and let me know what else you have questions about and what you're trying to figure out what to do next in Key West that you haven't done. I'm Michelle with Fun in Key West. I am so glad you tuned in today. You guys have a great Wednesday. And let me know, what was the most romantic thing that you got to do in Key West? Keep it PG. In the meantime, you guys have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye. All right, lovebirds. Who's ready to book a romantic Key West getaway after that episode? So here's some other things to consider. The best part of Key West is these activities go way beyond the typical dinner and a movie routine. We're talking ghost tours, food adventures, and yes, even meeting Robert the Doll if you're feeling particularly brave together. Your romantic mission, should you choose to accept it, here's your next steps. Like this episode if you're ready to mentally plan your next couple's escape and are already planning your next couple's escape. Share it with that someone special. And let me know your most romantic Key West moment. Did you get engaged at sunset? Have you had the best couples massage ever? Spill the details. I'm always wanting to keep people updated. Want all the insider details? Like I've said before, I've linked everything in the show notes. Plus, head over to FunInKeyWest.com for even more romantic Key West inspiration. While you're there, sign up for the Fun in Key West newsletter. It's like having your own personal island romance consultant. And hey, join our book club. Nothing paired better with a Key West getaway than a great beach read. Thanks for wandering with me today. Until next time, keep it romantic, keep it adventurous, and always keep it Key Westy.